Hey guys, so I just watched a podcast the other day. It was a Joe Rogan podcast where he had Kat Zingano on, and it was alarming. It was sad actually. I found myself feeling really bad for Kat Zingano because she basically came out and revealed, this was the first I had heard of it. She came out and revealed that she has brain damage, and it happened as a direct result of her fight against Amanda Nunes. Yeah, I don't even remember seeing that fight. I know she stopped Amanda Nunes, which is a hell of an accomplishment. You're one of the only people who can make that claim. But because of the beating she took in the first round, she hasn't been the same since. And they diagnosed her with a TBI, traumatic brain injury. And it sounds like it fucked her up, man. Fucked up everything. Her adrenal glands, her endocrine system, everything. And I mean, she's been having one issue after another. Her motor skills are fucked. Her memory's fucked. Um, just different things, man. Like I said, the different systems in her body are fucked. Like she mentioned, not being able to lose weight, even though she's training super hard and eating right, and just all these different things. And it really brings to the forefront just the stuff you don't see. We're, as fans of prize fighting and MMA, boxing, whatever, any sort of combat, as fans, you don't really experience the ugly side of it, right? We see the good and the bad. We see injuries, we see blood, the bad stuff. We see the good stuff. People win, the thrill of victory, all that stuff. But we don't see the ugly. We don't see what it's like living these guys' lives following a fight. We don't see the misery and the different things they go through the month or two after a fight. That entire recovery process. And it's just, I mean, you basically assume that a lot of these fighters deal with head issues and brain issues, but to actually hear somebody come out and say, I have brain damage. I have brain damage because of that fight. And I've been struggling ever since. To balance myself out and get myself back to where I was before this happened. But realistically, she's never going to get back to that place because she has that injury. Her brain is fucked. It's forever hindered. But what's even more alarming to me is that she didn't hang up the gloves right after finding that out. I would have been fucking done, man. That would have been it. I would have rode off into the sunset and said, okay, I've done some good things. I'm proud of what I've accomplished, but you know what? That's enough to scare the shit out of me. I got to move on. Bigger and better things. 'Cause at the end of the day, Kat Zingano does not need fighting, to be a successful person. I mean, she's a mother. She doesn't need to be fighting. Especially now with a brain injury like that. And she's fought a handful of times since that Nunes fight. Because I believe that Misha Tate fight was after it. Granted, she beat Misha Tate, finished her. The Ronda Rousey fight was after that. She's fought a lot of times since that fight, which is scary as hell to think about. It's terrifying, to think she already has brain damage. And she's going out there and she's fighting with brain damage, risking, further damage. It's just, I guess it just, it's a direct reflection of a warrior mindset and a warrior spirit. These fighters, they're fighters at heart. That's how they're hardwired. It's just in their blood. It's in their DNA, and it's just who they are. It's who they are. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that podcast, just look it up on YouTube. Just type in Joe Rogan, Kat Zingano, and watch it. I mean, it's very, very humbling, very sobering. Because like I said, for us fans, we get to reap the benefits of the entertainment they provide. And granted, they make good money doing what they do, but nothing is worth losing your health. Nothing. And no amount of money is worth fucking brain damage. No amount of money is. And she goes on to say that like the UFC doesn't want to cover her insurance for the medical treatment, so she's having to pay out of pocket for a lot of this shit. And that at this point, she's basically, it costs her more, to get through an entire training camp with all the expenses, than she gets in a paycheck from a fight, which is really fucking sad. I mean, it's almost hard to believe. It's like, how can this fucking be, But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, man, look it up. Look it up right now. Joe Rogan, Zingano, and listen to her story. It's some sad shit, you guys. Let me know what you think about it.